What if I told you there's a town on Earth where it's technically illegal to die? A place where the sun doesn't rise for months, where polar bears outnumber people, and where carrying a rifle is normal. According to Arctic research studies, extreme cold can preserve bodies for decades without decomposition. And in one remote town near the North Pole, this strange reality created one of the most unusual rules in the world. Welcome to Longyearbyen. If you enjoy discovering unusual places and extreme lifestyles around the globe, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories like this. Let's travel to the edge of the world. Where is Longyearbyen? Longyearbyen is located on the island of Spitsbergen in the Arctic archipelago of Svalbard, which belongs to Norway. It sits about 1,300 kilometers from the North Pole. With a population of around 2,500 people, it is one of the northernmost permanent settlements on Earth. And life here is unlike anywhere else. The town where it's illegal to die. Let's explain that famous rule. In Longyearbyen, people who are seriously ill are often transported to mainland Norway for treatment. Why? Because the extreme Arctic cold prevents bodies from decomposing properly. In fact, scientists once found that bodies buried decades ago in the local cemetery were still remarkably preserved due to permafrost. Even viruses from past pandemics were detected in preserved remains. Because of this, the town stopped allowing new burials many years ago. So while it's not literally illegal to die, you cannot be buried there. If someone passes away, their body is transported away from the island. It's a strange but practical rule for life in the Arctic. Months of darkness and months of sunlight life in Longyearbyen is shaped by extreme light cycles. From late October to mid-February, the town experiences polar night, complete darkness for nearly 4 months. No sunrise, just twilight and darkness. Then, from April to August, the midnight sun takes over. The sun never sets. Imagine going outside at 2 a.m. and seeing bright daylight. For visitors from tropical countries or places near the equator, this feels almost impossible to imagine. But for locals, it's simply part of life. Polar bears rule. Here there's another important rule in Longyearbyen. You cannot leave the town without protection because of polar bears. Svalbard is home to more polar bears than people. These massive predators roam freely across the Arctic landscape. While attacks are rare, they can happen. That's why residents and visitors often carry rifles when traveling outside town limits. You'll even see signs warning people about polar bear territory. It's one of the only places in the world where nature clearly dominates human presence. A global community. Despite its remote location, Longyearbyen is surprisingly international. Thanks to the Svalbard Treaty, citizens from many countries can live and work there without a traditional visa. Researchers, scientists, miners, students, and adventurers from around the world call it home. There's even a university center where students study Arctic science, climate change, and geology. In many ways, Longyearbyen feels like a global research station at the top of the world. The Global Seed Vault, one of the most important facilities near Longyearbyen, is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Often called the Doomsday Vault, it stores backup copies of seeds from around the world. The idea is simple. If crops are destroyed due to war, climate change, or disaster, humanity can restart agriculture using these preserved seeds. Built deep inside a mountain and protected by permafrost, the vault represents hope for global food security. It's one of the most important safety nets for the planet, hidden in one of the most remote places on Earth. Living with extreme cold winter temperatures in Longyearbyen can drop below -20 degrees Celsius. Strong Arctic winds make it feel even colder. Homes are built on stilts to prevent heat from melting the permafrost beneath them. Infrastructure must be carefully designed to survive freezing conditions. Daily life requires planning. Simple things, like walking to the store, feel different when you're surrounded by snow-covered mountains and icy air. No cats allowed. Here's another surprising rule. Cats are banned. Why? To protect local bird populations. Svalbard has delicate Arctic wildlife, and introducing predators like domestic cats could disrupt the ecosystem. So no cats. Dogs, however, are common, especially sled dogs used for Arctic travel. Climate change at the front line. Longyearbyen is also one of the places most visibly affected by climate change. Arctic regions are warming faster than most parts of the world. Glaciers are retreating. Permafrost is thawing. Buildings have even been relocated due to avalanche risks caused by changing weather patterns. For scientists, Longyearbyen serves as a living laboratory for studying global climate shifts. What happens here today may happen elsewhere tomorrow. Why do people choose to live here? With months of darkness, freezing temperatures, and roaming polar bears, you might wonder, why live here? For some, it's adventure. For others, it's scientific research. And for many, it's the unique sense of community. In such extreme conditions, people rely on each other. There's a shared understanding that life here requires cooperation and respect for nature. Longyearbyen offers something rare in today's world: raw connection to the environment. A place like no other. Longyearbyen is not just a town. It's a symbol of human adaptation. It proves that even in the harshest climates, communities can survive and even thrive. But it also reminds us that nature always has the final say. The Arctic is powerful, unpredictable, and breathtakingly beautiful. At the edge of the Arctic Circle, under months of darkness or endless sunlight, Longyearbyen stands as one of the most extraordinary places on Earth. A town where you can't be buried, where polar bears roam freely, and where the future of our planet is being studied every single day. Some places feel like another world. Longyearbyen actually is one.